Okay guys, it's the next part of how to build a calculator, and we're going to be doing the inputs now. So we're going to need 3 inputs since we're only doing up to the numbers 3, and we're going to have, say, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it looks fine. Now we can put this down. Now we bring some redstone leading from that, and our binary. How do I explain binary to you guys? I'll show you during the video. Now we're going to want one of each torch, then repeaters to allow the current to travel through each block. And now for every row of inputs that you have, you need to put 2 to the power of that to figure out how many blocks you're going to need to put down. So we have 3 rows, so 2 to the power of 3 is 8. So we have 4 at the moment. 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we'd made 10 rows, that would have been 1024 blocks that we need to put down. 16 rows is terrible. Having to do 65,536 rows of blocks is not fun. And now for each one, we're going to keep this one at 2 and this one at 4. So we're going to have 1, 2, and 4, and then we're going to do it again. But this time, we're going to put them on the sides. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 1. Now, the pattern generally goes 1, 2. Oh wait, what am I doing? It's 1, 2, 3, 4 there, and then 1, 2 down here, and 1 down there. 1 up top, 1 down there. 1 up top. You guys get the idea for the first row. Now it's 2 up top, 2 down. 2 up top, 2 down. And for the back one, 4 up top, 4 down. So that you make a general pattern for each row. Now you're going to have to put a block on top of each lower redstone torch. And there's the last one. And now for each block you've made like this, you're going to put a redstone torch on it like that to make an off-switched torch. There we go. That is our binary so far. Now for each row, we're going to put blocks on top of them and bring the blocks across until about there, where we bring them down. And we lay them with redstone, and that's going to be each input. Now each input, if one is off, that means the actual input itself is on. It's a bit confusing, but it's the way this sort of binary calculator works, and I'll show you guys why in a moment. Now we're almost done with our inputs. And there we go. Now we just have to lay them with some redstone. Now you see each one turns on when it hits a certain point. That's because one of the torches, at least one of the torches, is active. Except for the last row. That is our final input. That is off. That will signal the number 0. Now we bring each one down. And since we want a layer of redstone at the bottom, we're going to have to layer these all the way across until it reaches the end of this amount of inputs. And we're going to have to make every row. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we're actually going to need to put a repeater there to carry on the current. We'll have to put a repeater there under the one, otherwise the current doesn't get carried through. Now you can break these back ones because they have no use at the moment. I mean, the back ones you'll see later won't be of any use to us. Now it's just the laying process, which is relatively boring, but this is what makes the calculator so effective and so compact in certain terms. Okay, awesome. Now we can lay it across. And now for the number 0, since this is the 0 input with no possible values, since the levers are all off and this input is off, it will mean that this is 0, right? So 0 takes in the bottom, the left, the right, not in the middle, the left top, the right top, and the very top. So this is our 0 input. Now for our first input, this is going to be just the number 1. So we'll switch just number 1 on. Let's rather make that 3, and we'll make this number 1. Since it is the 1-1 binary version. So now we can bring our redstone across. See, now once the redstone was turned on after the 0 input was changed, because we changed it to 1, the inputs are now all off, so nothing is being made. Now a 1 we'll usually put on the right hand side, so we'll need to go not left, right, and right. So our 1 will appear there. We can switch our 1 off and put our 2 on. There's our 2. Bring it across. While we're at it, we can just bring all of them across, since I hate having to do this each time. And we'll slowly get to the number 6 once we're done with this. Then our calculator will be able to add the numbers 1, 2, and 3 together in any order at any time. It doesn't add multiple numbers of those numbers, so like 2 1s and 3 2s, but it's still a functional calculator, which is nice. Let's bring it across, and the number 2 would require the bottom. Let's see what else. So 2 would be there, require left, middle, right, and top. So 2 is left, middle, right, and top. That would be 2. Then number 3, we'll figure it out now. So there's 2. Now we switch that lever off, put this one on, and this one is, it's not the right one. So we first got to put on 2 and 1. So this will make 3 as well as the normal input of 3. So 3 would be top, bottom, middle, and all the right. So we put on bottom, put on right, middle, right, top. We can do the same for this one, since this one's also going to be 3, as you guys will see soon. So there's our 3. Now we can turn these 2 off, so it becomes 0, and we'll turn this one on, and it becomes 3. There we go, starting to work much better. So now we'll have 3 and 1, which will make 4. That's the next input. And now 4 would be no bottom, it'll be right, and then those 2 and the middle. So we'll do right, middle, and these 2. And there's our 4. So now we'll take 1 off, put 2 on, not 5. It will equal 5, but we're not putting 5 on. Now 5 would be the inverse of 2. So we'll just go via 2 and do that, which makes 5. There we go. Now we put all the inputs on, and that gives us our last one, and we have the final one, which will be 6. Now 6 is everything except that one, the right. So we'll put it on everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip right and 6. 6. Now we can take all the inputs off. We can just clean up the calculator a bit, make it look a bit more presentable. Let's do some quick building. And there's our calculator, guys. So let's quickly label these numbers before we forget them. So this one's number 1, this one's number 2, and number 3. Now you've got a fully functional calculator that can add the numbers 1, 2, and 3 together. And all it took was a bit of redstone engineering. Now if you guys enjoyed this video, I hope you did actually enjoy it and found some useful information in this. And if you guys did, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you guys back for another invention. And if you do want me to do any other types of inventions, larger calculator walkthroughs, or any other walkthroughs on redstone, please comment below. And thanks for watching, guys.